Okay, it's too high. Or maybe I didn't get it in. Hold on. Because this is mine. Oh, here we go. This is like good lettuce. Yeah? I'm so happy right now. It's really, really good. Hi everybody, welcome to the kitchen at Mapperton. But yes, I'm in a dress and I'm gonna explain why I'm in a dress in a second. We're starting in the kitchen here with that wonderful Naga, and we're gonna end up in the kitchen as well. So we're gonna end up in the kitchen as well. But we are gonna head through here. So again, this is really kind of the private part of the house. I'm gonna grab my basket because we're gonna head to the kitchen garden. So we're gonna head to the kitchen garden, and here is our big stack of wellies here. So one thing that I've definitely learned coming to England is you always have to have a pair of wellies nearby because it rains all the time, it's muddy. So I'm even gonna put these on, I know without socks, but that's because my shoes right there didn't have any socks, but that's fine. And in my dress. So the reason I have a dress on is because we have a lunch today. We've got people coming around for lunch. So I'm gonna pick some stuff from the kitchen garden and attempt to make, believe it or not, a lettuce soup. It's really popular over here, a lettuce soup. There's so much lettuce in the kitchen garden that I've had enough salad, so I'm like, I'm gonna make a lettuce soup. So let's head to the kitchen garden. And yeah, here we go. Okay, so again, this is the sort of the inner courtyard here at Mapperton. There's so many different sections here that were built at different periods. So there's the 16th century side, then there's the 17th century bit, and then there's the 18th century bit. I can barely keep track of what bit is what bit. I think this is the 18th century though. And then coming out here, we're gonna walk over to the kitchen garden. So we're having people around for lunch, as I said, but I have this obsession with vintage dresses, in particular from like the 1930s and the 1940s. So this is my 1930s dress, which needs some repair there. But I don't know, there's something, I mean, of course I am gonna get it repaired, and I haven't been able to get it repaired because it's been the pandemic, so nothing's been open, and I'm not very good. I think I need to get a specialist person to sew it. But I have this obsession with these 1930s and 1940s dresses. So that's what I'm gonna wear today for lunch. I'm already dressed and ready because by the time I finish cooking this, making this lettuce soup, then our guests are gonna be here. So again, we're coming into the front area of the house. So I never get bored of this view right here. So I never really get bored of this view. It's just, to me, it's just fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna head over to the kitchen garden, and just in front of me here is the north stable block. So this dates back to the 17th century, and this is actually where the horses used to be kept. So you know about the coach house, which is now where our restaurant is, and that's where the coaches used to be kept. But this is the horses, and actually, you would bring your horse out. The horse would come out here. Here's one of our gardeners here coming through. There we go. Yeah. So the horses would come out here, and then this is the mounting block. So I would go ahead and mount on my horse back in the good old day. So still here, still original. And but this, what's extraordinary about what's growing here, this is wisteria, and the wisteria actually blooms twice in the year. So we've already had an extraordinary wall or sea of wisteria in the spring, and now as we head into summer, you can see bits of purple. So it is starting to again blossom again. So starting to blossom again, and it won't be quite as the extraordinary purple sea of color that we had earlier in the spring, but it is pretty amazing that it blossoms again. And it always starts at the far end and then carries on all the way here. So a kitchen garden, which is about what we're about to come into, is kitchen gardens were really made very, very popular in the Victorian times. So in the Victorian times, and you know, they're usually walled because that helps to keep, again, some of the heat in. By the way, this is our conservatory here. So this is our conservatory, and you can see lots of different species of plants and flowers, all that good stuff. And we just had this actually redone. So there was a huge storm over a year ago, and it just blew a lot of it off. And it is a listed building, so we had to make sure that it was repaired the right way. That was a whopper. So coming in here into the kitchen garden, and you can see we've got the lovely wall there. You've got some pears starting to come out there on that one. And we've planted some peas that are coming up here. So we've planted some peas, and look at this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous kale that's coming up here that's being covered. And I've spotted some of the lettuce that I want to get. We have been eating quite a lot of lettuce, so I think I'm going to get some of the last bits of lettuce, but they look absolutely fantastic. So we've eaten actually quite a bit of lettuce. I'm going to come in here, but doesn't this look absolutely fantastic? Like that one. Ooh, I'm going to take this. Hope no one cares, because this is mine. Oh, here we go. And I'm going to take that all up. Look at that. Doesn't that look absolutely fantastic for my lettuce soup? So this is the winner, but it's nice to add other little bits in as well. As you can see, we've eaten quite a bit. We also have a pet tortoise here named Percy, and Percy has been enjoying this lettuce as much as we have. So again, just over here really, really quickly is the raspberries. I wonder if I can, I could go in, but I think, no, I can't get it. But look at the raspberries here. All of them. I'm definitely going to come in here later and pick some of these raspberries. So this is the beautiful kitchen garden. Look at this, you guys. Doesn't that look just like delicious? This is like good lettuce. Yeah, like organic, good, yummy, and all these different colors are going to go in the soup. So I'm actually excited. I've never made it before, but but I'm still excited. I think it's going to be a really good soup. Fingers crossed, because we have people coming over. So it has to be a good soup, right? Okay, so I've got my lettuce for the lettuce soup. And which, to be honest, I'm going to be honest with you, I've never made lettuce soup. There's just so much lettuce, as you just saw, in that kitchen garden, that I was like, there must be something else you can do with lettuce than just making a salad. And someone said to me, you can make a lettuce soup. Oh, wait, oh, this could be my special ingredient. Okay, so this is, believe it or not, I learned about this when I was actually filming the TV series. I went to Holmby House, and I remember being in their kitchen garden, and it was the first time, to be honest, that I'd ever heard of bronze fennel. I'm obsessed with it. And this, when I came then here and I saw this after filming, I was like, wait, we have bronze fennel just growing on the side of the wall here at Mapperton. And sure enough, I could add this bronze fennel to like almost garnish on top of the soup. That's what I'm gonna do. If you haven't had bronze fennel before, bronze fennel literally tastes like licorice. Like, it's so good. It's like better than licorice. So I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna garnish the soup. Oh my gosh. I'm quite pleased with myself right now. Okay, wait, I think I need a little bit more. And then I can garnish it with bronze fennel. Oh, fantastic. Okay, I found my secret ingredient. This one looks quite pretty too. I'm gonna get this one. See how pretty that one is? Super pretty. And that is gonna be garnished on top. Good old bronze fennel. Who would have thought? All right, so here we are back in kind of the, well, sort of the heart of the house, the kitchen. So this is an aga. And maybe some of you are familiar with an aga. I know when I moved here, I was like, what is an aga? But everybody has like an obsession about an aga. And now I can see why. So this is always on. So it's really, really warm. And it's like the warmest part of the house. And especially, I kind of, you know, before there was central heating, this is where everybody would come to and just stand. I mean, here, I would be here the whole time anyway because it's so warm. So it's on all the time, and I love, love, love agas. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna attempt, or I'm going to attempt, you along with me, to make this lettuce soup. Now, it's fairly simple, and I just hope that it tastes good. I mean, the recipe I have makes it, you know, it should be all right. So we're gonna get out some of the lettuce that we've just picked. So all the different lettuce. So I just got 2 different types of lettuce because I thought that was good. And of course, we've got the bronze fennel, which is gonna be the topping on it as well. So this is going to be yummy. So here's all my lovely ingredients. As well, I need to head down into the larder. Again, that's another new thing that I've learned, is it's L-A-R-D-E-R, larder, but I have to kind of pronounce it the English way, larder, because if I don't, no one will understand me. So this is the larder. So while this aga keeps everything warm, this, the larder, keeps everything really, really cool. So nice and cool. Is it on? Oh, there we go. So you head down here and then it's cold. It's actually cold down here. And it's almost like a built-in refrigerator, the larder is. Because you can imagine then at winter time, it's like cold in here. So I'm just gonna grab my sweet potato that I'm gonna use and my onion. And I think that's probably all I'm going to need from here. But this is cold, the aga's hot. And this is where we basically put, oh, and I need my apron. This is basically where we put anything that can't fit in the fridge. That's the other thing about refrigerators over here. They're small. So you can't get like a big old American fridge. I mean, you can, but they're like hard to find. So it's a good thing that we have the larder, because the larder keeps everything nice and cold. All right, so let's get cooking. A couple good chunks there. Then I'm very keen on making sure that I keep actually my skin on my potato, because the skin is actually really good for you. So I figure, why not, right? There's all that lettuce, and let's do something different with lettuce. I mean, I know I could have made a pesto. That's another thing. Maybe that's for another episode, but I just thought lettuce soup is just, it's super English, I think. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna stick, not the lettuce, but the onion and the sweet potato into my pot with some veggie stock. And I wanna get this soft first. So this has to come to basically just, it needs not a boil, but it needs to be nice and hot so this can just start to cook through. So that's what's gonna take the longest, is basically the potatoes. So I just wanna make sure I chunk them up enough so they don't have to take a long time cooking. Here we go. So with an aga, there's a hot side and a not so hot side. It's still hot, but I'm gonna put it on the left one first because that is, this is the hotter one. This is the definitely hotter. And then I can switch it over to this one a little bit later. So roughly, I mean, that's about, I would say I put in about 3 cups there. And then I'm gonna put in my veggie cube and my wooden spoon and just get that dissolved in there. And then I'm gonna put in, actually at the same time, the onion and sweet potato. So a little bit different way to do onion. If you want to go ahead and fry up your onion, you can. I'm a one pot wonder kind of gal, so I just think throw it all in there. And what we want to do is before we even attempt to put the lettuce that we just picked from the kitchen garden into this pot, this just needs to get soft. So we're basically creating flavor. And you could add spices if you want to. I'm gonna keep mine kind of natural, and I've got anyway I've got the veggie stock in there, so that can add a little bit of flavor anyway. So I'm just gonna keep it very, very simple because I think if I overdo it with other spices, then it will take away from the lettuce. I want to be able to taste this lettuce in my soup from the kitchen garden.
Smells good.
It does smell good, doesn't it? I mean, this smells good. Wow. All right, we're gonna test this. I mean, I've gotta be honest with you, I am actually nervous. I mean, lettuce soup, right? Woo! Okay, let's just make sure. Oh yeah, perfect. The sweet potato's perfect. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna move it over to the less hot ring right here. So this is, again, not as hot. It's still hot, but it won't cause it to boil. By the way, if you are curious about the aga, and I still get confused, the top right is super hot. I think it's like 200 degrees Celsius, which maybe is like, I can't remember what it is Fahrenheit these days, 400 and something. Stephen, what do you think?
We'll put it in that corner there.
We'll put it in that corner there. Okay, we'll tell you what that is. But this is the hot one. This is the less hot one. Still decently hot. This is where we warm plates. That's a new thing that I've learned how to do here. In fact, let me warm my soup bowl. So you put your plates in here. Yeah. And it's not even hot. I mean, it's like perfect. Like it's just gonna warm it so that when my hot soup comes out, it's not going into a cold bowl. Let's remember, these houses used to be freezing cold. Still actually are freezing cold. So when you would grab the plates, they were probably really freezing cold. And this is how you would warm your plate. So I am a big plate warmer now. All right, so what I've done is I've moved it over to the not as hot ring. And now I'm just gonna take all of this. So I'm gonna take, let me just give this a rinse. Hold on. Okay, so these have been rinsed. This one needed a little bit more rinsing. And I'm just gonna basically, roots and all, apart from maybe the very, very bottom, I'm gonna put this in and it's just gonna melt. Melt, no, not melt, well, it will melt. Wilt. So I'm gonna put stalks and all. So you don't need to chop it up. Remember, we've got nice, hot veggie stock here. And that will, so again, look at this, fantastic. And I can smell this lettuce. There's something about, you know, the lettuce that comes from basically your garden rather than packaged in a piece of plastic. I'm gonna try to get as much of it as I can, no waste. And then the last one, again, I'm using, again, the recipe did say roots and all, so not roots, sorry, stalks and all. I keep saying and roots if I wanted to. This one's all right, but I'll just go around it a bit. Well, no, actually, put that in there. So it said stalks and all. I keep saying roots, but stalks and all. So I'm gonna put this, give it a good stir. So I need this to start to really wilt down, and I may put the lid back on and I don't need to season it anymore because I put the veggie stock in. That's got everything I need in it. That's all nice and wilted. Let's just give it, I don't know, 2 minutes, just because those stalks, I'm gonna say it the right way, the stalks just need to get a little bit softer. So give me 2. Okay, so I'm gonna check, but I think it's probably done. It's been 2 minutes. Oh yeah, it's a lovely color. That's why I quite liked adding the sweet potato rather than the white potato, just because it gives it more color, and especially that green from the lettuce is amazing. All right, so here we go. Head over to the food processor, and I'm gonna ladle this in as much of it that can fit. It's not quite, here we go, there we go. Much better, okay, whoops. Okay, I'm ladling it in. Oh yeah. It smells good, so that's a plus sign right here, okay? I mean, we do have guests coming. Okay, great. Okay, nearly done it, but I just wanna get the rest of, that's all right. No, that's not, okay, I need these. The water in, okay. Here we go. I mean, you have to admit, it kind of looks good. So, all right, next up, this is the test right here. This is this going to work? Okay, there's that. Where's my button? There we go. Okay, it's too high, or maybe I didn't get it in. Hold on. Okay, wait, I don't think it was closed properly. Maybe I should pulse it. Okay, we're gonna pulse it, because it's kind of coming out on the sides. It's still gonna be good. I mean, listen, it might be a mess right now, but it's still gonna be good. It's somehow leaking on that side. Okay, wait, here we go. All right, it seems to be working now. Phew, that could have been a disaster. But look at that, doesn't that look lovely? It looks so lovely, I'm so happy. Oh yes, that is, now I could puree it a little bit more. What do you think, Stephen?
Maybe a bit.
Maybe a bit more, okay. We're gonna do a little bit more. Make sure that's on. That was my problem, but still, I'm gonna be careful here. Okay, I'm just gonna put it back into this pot. Here we go. This is, I mean, if this does not come off properly, we are in big trouble, Stephen. Okay, I think I need a new Magimix. I think I need an, okay, there we go. Whew. I was like, what is happening? Oh my gosh, it's still, listen, it looks good, but it's all about the taste. This looks so good. I'm gonna put it back up here. So this is also a little tidbit of the aga, is this right here keeps it nice and warm. So I can put my soup right here, and it's going to keep my soup, I'm just gonna mix in those bits. Oh, I'm actually really pleased. Nice and warm. So now I'm gonna get a spoon, because we're gonna taste it, and then I'm gonna put it in my bowl, which is being warmed. All right, so it looks good, but that doesn't always mean that it's gonna taste good, right? I'm sure we've all experienced that. So let's get out my bowl that's been warming, and up it comes. There we go. Right. Maybe I should taste it before I put it in my bowl. Okay, here we go. And I'm not gonna put too much in my bowl because it's for people coming for lunch, but let's just taste this. Okay, you guys, I'm so happy right now. It's really, really good. Stephen, are you excited to try this? It's actually really, really good. Okay, and you can taste like I'm just gonna put it in my bowl just because I've warmed it and it will look nice. Look at that, and just so you guys can see. It's so pretty, because remember, I'm just gonna put a little bit more in because I need to save it for the guests, but the cook is allowed to eat, isn't that right? taste it. So I'm gonna bring this over here and, okay. I'm going to top it with the bronze fennel. Let's get like a bronzy one. Okay, look at that, little red. Oh, so pretty. When I serve this, I'm gonna wipe the rim here. So when I serve this, just to make sure that there's not any soupy, gloopy bits, so it actually does look even better than that. But that's it. That's my lettuce soup from the kitchen garden. And with bronze fennel that's growing from the side of the house. Who would have thought? It's really good, remember this bronze fennel. And I think you can easily grow this anywhere. I mean, if it grows at the side of the house here, you should be able to grow it anywhere. So lettuce soup, 3 different types of lettuce from the kitchen garden, an onion, a sweet potato, 3 cups of veggie stock, and that's it. And that tastes better than any soup that I've bought at the store before. So I'm gonna take that as a plus. So before I tuck in illegally, because there are people coming over for lunch, but I'm gonna have a little bit. I just wanna say thank you to Cheryl and to Sherry, who are our countesses on my Patreon page. If you're new to Patreon, you can find all the behind the scenes videos on my Patreon account that don't have any ads. So they're ad-free episodes that come out once a week. And if you opt for the Viscount and Viscountess or the Earl and Countess tiers, you then get an update from me every week as well here at Mapperton, in particular on a lot of the projects that we have going on. So bye for now. I'm gonna eat this a little bit before they come. It's so good, you guys. I can't wait for you guys to make it.